Welcome to Module 1, Social Engineering, the art of using human behavior to breach security. I'm Jonas Amunakwa, and in this video, we're going to talk about some of the tactics attackers will use to get access to your UMD account and what you should look out for. Attackers will use social engineering to collect sensitive data like your account credentials or financial information by posing as a trusted organization or individual like your bank, your IT department, or even your supervisor. Social engineering is not a technical attack. It is a psychological attack that tricks you or fools you into doing something you should not do. Many of the things we discuss in this video can be applied to your personal life as well. Okay, let's get started. By the end of this presentation, you will be able to define phishing, a type of social engineering. Identify at least 3 indicators of a phishing attack. Use Duo multi-factor authentication properly, and identify steps to take if you suspect you've been victimized. Universities are particularly susceptible to social engineering attacks. We are appealing targets because of our access to personnel data, university research, and financial information. The most common social engineering attack on the university are phishing attacks. They can take place through an email, through social media, a phone call, text message, or on a website. With over 14,000 faculty and staff members and more than 40,000 students, the University of Maryland is a prime target for phishing attacks. So it's important for us to know how to prevent being victimized. In just the first half of 2024, more than 300 UMD accounts were effectively compromised due to university community members falling victim to phishing attacks and allowing attackers into their account. Were you one of them? So what exactly is phishing? Let's define it and list some of its common traits. Phishing is when cybercriminals lie to steal your account credentials, take your money, the university's money, and even gain access to your university account. It can be untargeted and generic, or it can be more specific to you and your role at the university, making it harder to recognize. If you think you are not likely to be targeted by phishing attacks, you're mistaken. Everyone at the university is equally at risk. If you have an account, you can be targeted. Let's discuss phishing emails in particular, which are on the rise here at the university. It's important to be able to identify the characteristics of phishing emails. Regardless of the scheme used, phishing emails will almost always have one or more of the following indicators: incorrect grammar and punctuation, impersonation of a colleague or IT support, a sense of urgency or requiring immediate action, a problem with your account or payroll, links that do not lead to a known UMD service, attachments containing QR codes, file attachments that you were not expecting, requests to provide non-university email account, emails delivered to your spam folder, or requests to make purchases. Let's walk through a real phishing email scenario.
It's nearing the end of the fiscal year, and you are casually checking your email from time to time. A new email arrives in your inbox from Human Resources, which says a new personalized statement regarding your compensation is now available. It sounds like this has to do with your salary or payroll, so you quickly click on the link. You fail to notice that the actual sender's name and email address is a random Gmail address and not a legitimate UMD email. Once you click the link, you'll see a website asking you to log in with your UMD directory ID and passphrase. You fail to realize that it is a Google form and not a normal UMD login page as you quickly enter your credentials. It then asks you to open up your Duo app. You know the university uses Duo to protect your account, and so, once you receive a Duo push, you go ahead and approve it. But nothing happens. You don't see a personalized compensation statement, and you are not sure what happened. You assume something must not be working right, so you close out the web page and continue on with your day. Without you realizing, you have just given an attacker access to your university account.
At this point, you might be unaware that something happened. But what would an attacker really do with your UMD account? Well, in this instance, they use it to further victimize people. Now that an attacker has access to your email account, they immediately begin sending job offers to UMD students. Students who receive this email believe that it is legitimate because it came from a real university email account. Students who are desperately seeking a job may move to apply for this position. Once hired, the attackers will mail a check to the student. When the check is deposited, they will ask the student to withdraw some of the money and transfer it elsewhere. However, the check was fraudulent, and by the time it bounces, the student will have lost the money that they transferred. UMD students have lost thousands of dollars due to faculty and staff members falling victim to phishing scams. This scenario is just one of the many real-life phishing attacks that have occurred at this university. The tactics that attackers use will continue to change. So, what can you do to protect yourself? Be cautious of emails or requests that are out of the ordinary or not expected. Always verify the sender, especially if the email seems suspicious. Contact the sender to confirm they actually sent the email. Never enter your username and passphrase into forms or websites that are not UMD services. And finally, deny all unexpected Duo multi-factor authentication requests. Let's talk a bit more about Duo. Duo is the university's multi-factor authentication solution to help protect your account. However, Duo can't protect you unless you follow some simple guidelines. We are all used to approving a Duo authentication request when we're logging into a university service. But would you be able to recognize a fraudulent request? The only time you should approve a Duo prompt is when you've initiated a university login request. If you receive a Duo prompt that you did not initiate, deny it and change your passphrase. Also, be suspicious of Duo methods that are out of the ordinary for your usage. For example, if you always use the push request and you are suddenly asked for a Duo passcode, that's a sign that someone may be trying to access your account. Phishing has other serious dangers. Falling for a phishing attempt could lead to an attack by what is known as ransomware. Ransomware is a kind of malicious software, often called malware, that is specifically designed to deny a user or organization access to their files on their devices. Cybercriminals will demand a payment or a ransom in order to restore your data and access. In recent years, ransomware attacks have had damaging effects across the public and private sector. In 2022, Lincoln College in Illinois permanently closed after 157 years due to a ransomware attack that crippled the college for 3 months, hindering access to all institutional data and thwarting admissions activities. So, it's important that we remain proactive to prevent such attacks here at UMD. If your university account is compromised due to your interaction with the phishing email, your account may be temporarily suspended to limit any further damage. So it's extra important that you stay vigilant so that your productivity is not interrupted. Here are some general actions you can take to protect your account. Before you enter your account credentials anywhere, take a moment to ensure that location is legitimate. If you have any suspicions, stop and do not continue. If your department has its own IT support, contact them to inquire further. Or contact the IT service desk to request further assistance. You can also forward any possible or known phishing email messages to spam@umd.edu. If you believe you may have fallen victim to a phishing attack, or you believe someone else has access to your account, change your university account passphrase immediately and contact the Security Operations Center at soc@umd.edu. Good work! You finished the Module 1 presentation. Let's take a moment for a quick review before you take the quiz. Phishing is a social engineering attack that attempts to obtain confidential information, money, or access to your account. It can be personal or impersonal, targeted or untargeted, specific or generic. Always ask yourself, was I expecting the email or attachment? Pay close attention to any links. If something doesn't seem right, avoid blindly clicking on links or entering your credentials. If you have any doubts about an email you receive, contact the organization or the individual directly. And always deny dual prompts that you did not initiate. And if you do get one that's unexpected, change your passphrase. Now you're ready to test your knowledge about social engineering. Good luck!